Hello and welcome to Painting Panzers. My name's Christian and today we're going to be taking a look at yet another 172 figure. God, I'm painting a lot of these for you guys lately and I'm absolutely loving it. It is honestly nostalgia overload and I hope you guys are loving it just as much. So don't forget to let me know in the comments section if you are. And just a quick one to any new watchers of the channel, please do subscribe if you haven't already. I've noticed a lot of my recent videos have been having a lot of new viewers but no subscribers, so yes, please do subscribe if you can. But we're going to be taking a look at how I paint this Japanese soldier and I absolutely loved it. It's a very quick tutorial, so stay with me and don't forget to let me know in the comment section how you found it. Now this box set is an old esci box set which has been taken over by Italeri, and as you can see there's a variety of different poses. Some look really cool, some not so cool, but yeah, the box set looks really nice and well worth getting. So to start off with, I'm going to be painting my model in khaki, but before I do that I give it a primer, to me a surface primer light grey, which is just a rattle can, and when I'm applying that rattle can I'm making sure that the rattle can is at room temperature. So if you need to warm it up, just let it soak in some lukewarm water for a little while and then give it a good shake before you apply it. Now I'm applying the khaki to the uniform because I'm giving him that khaki uniform that is very common with Japanese army miniatures, and I'm also going to be painting that on his helmet. Now for his puttees as well as his bread bag or bag, I'm going to be painting that in US olive drab, which includes the strap as well. Now this US olive drab will also work really great for a jungle green color, especially if you fade it down for the SNLF Marines as well as the Japanese army towards the latter parts of the war. For any wooden items, so his rifle in this case, I'm going to be painting that in flat earth. I will also paint part of the bayonet, so the handle of the bayonet, I'll be painting in flat earth, and I'm using a size 0 brush here guys, just to make sure that I'm trying to be as tidy as possible. I'm also painting his boots in this same color too. With that done, I'm going to be painting some of his metal items in black grey. By some, I mean all, so any metal item. So that includes the iron sight and the bolt mechanism that we're painting here now, any part of the muzzle, the metal part of the stock at the back of his rifle, the bayonet, and obviously any other metal items he's got. I really love this pose, I love the charging pose to it. Now for his webbing, I'm going to be painting that in German camo medium brown. So if you had some rifle pouches, be painting them in this color, as well as his belt, etc. Also on the water bottle that is just in shot now, you'll be painting the straps on that in that same color. And then just adding some English uniform, just some little dots within those straps. It's like a plus looking strap, so you're just adding in 4 little dots to show that the water bottle's in there. Now with that done, I'm going to give him a wash of no oil and Lafmeal medium from Citadel at a 1:1 ratio, just so we're going to remove the sharpness of that really dark wash. And as you can see, it's not a full-on black wash, it's quite diluted, which is nice. Now I'm going to go with khaki and German camo beige World War II at a 1:1 ratio, and you can see that's giving us a really dull looking khaki uniform. You've got to remember, a lot of these Japanese infantry are veterans, especially for what I'm picturing are veterans. You know, they've been in the jungle for an eternity, and their uniforms are going to be very faded and very worn very quickly. So you want a really nice faded uniform if you're trying to give yourself that like veteran looking soldier. And this is all I'm doing, so that's a layer, and then I'm dry brushing his helmet with that same color. And with that done, we can then move on to the olive drab part. So we're using US olive drab and German camo beige at a 1:1 ratio. So again, we're giving that German camo beige is really good at lightening the color as well as making it a little bit more faded in its color, which is exactly what you want. And here you can see I'm doing the same on the puttees as well. Now German camo medium brown and orange brown at a 1:1 ratio for the webbing. And I'm literally adding in a line on the top and a line on the bottom, just to show that the webbing's there and perhaps it's just folded in slightly on itself. Now with the shoes, I'm just going to hit them with a little bit of flat earth. There's some details in these boots, so you can just hit the details and that's just going to make those boots stand out. But they will be getting dry brush later, so it's probably overkill this stage. Now for the rifle, I'm going to use flat earth and orange brown, again at that 1:1 ratio, and I'm just adding in some nice horizontal lines just to show some sort of wood grain effect. Again, 1/72 scale, you know, it's probably a bit overkill, but I get a lot of compliments for the wood and I think it's quite popular. So we're going to do another coat of wood color, so we're going to be using orange brown and we're going to be doing the same. So you just saw then that I added in like 3 little dots on the bayonet just to show where the handle, the grip is, I should say, and now I'm adding in some lines just to give you that wood grain effect, and you can see that that wood's really started to pop. So black grey and basalt grey at a 1:1 ratio is going to be the first layer for my metal, and now you can see I'm just picking out all the details there. Having a really fine brush is key, guys, and you can get some nice fine brushes for pretty cheap. This brush cost me I think $12 and it's lasted me so far 6 months, so it's a fantastic brush. Then to finish, I'm going to be using basalt grey to highlight all those metal items. I'm just adding in a little dot or a little line here and there, and just building up to that bright colour and just focusing on the areas that you want to glisten with the sunlight hitting it. Now Japanese skin tone can be quite difficult to get right. This time around I'm going to be using brown sand. Just bear in mind that you can go with a Caucasian skin tone, you can go with a darker skin tone. It really depends what you want to do. Obviously the Japanese islands are quite big and spread out, so there are different types of skin tones within Japan. So yeah, don't be too hard on yourself if you don't feel like you've got the skin tone 100%. So whilst that skin colour is drying, I'm going to be using English uniform and German camo beige at a 1:1 ratio just to highlight the little bit of the water bottle that I can see. So with that skin painted, I'm going to be using Null Oil and Technical Medium, or that Lafmian Medium again at a 1:1 ratio, but I'm using a very, very fine brush here. It's a beat up old brush and I'm just adding in a little wash over the top. You could have done this in the earlier stage, but at the point of filming this I wasn't sure if I was going to use Null Oil or not for my wash, but I decided to do that. Now you can see how that's dried. It actually looks really nice, especially with that black wash. So we're going to be using that brown sand again, and I'm going to be capturing the nose, the cheeks, the chin, a bit of the neck, a bit of the top of the arm there, part of the hand, each individual finger with that nice pointy brush. And then just to give that skin a little highlight, I'm going to be using brown sand and German camo beige World War II at a 1:1 ratio. And I'm just adding in a little tiny line on the nose, a little tiny line underneath the eye socket and between the nose, on the ear if you can see it, on the chin, and then on the very top of the hand near where the knuckles are in each individual finger, and perhaps a little bit on the arm that's exposed to the sun. And then you should have something that comes out looking like this, and I think it's come out absolutely great, to be completely honest. So there we have it, guys. We have a very quick tutorial today, but one that's very effective. I think this guy has come out bloody brilliantly. I'm really happy with him, and the skin tone as well, the combination I put together, I found it on Google. I tweaked it slightly, and yeah, I'm very happy with it. So credit to whoever that was that put it in a forum a few years ago, I believe, but I can't actually find it now to credit him, so I do apologise. But yeah, really happy with it. Would be very keen to hear what you guys think of it in the comments section. A massive thank you goes out to my Patreons and YouTube channel members, specifically those Panzer Aces. So that's Patrick, Oscar, James, Colin, Panzer Jim, Mike, Mikey, Lack of Foresight Gaming, and Eric. You guys are absolute legends. Thank you so much for being those Panzer Aces. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it here. Leave me a comment below what 172 scale kit you want to see next. I know a lot of you are calling for modern, and yes, we will be looking at some moderns very soon. But there are lots of 1/72 scale figures that I can look at, so just leave me a comment in the comment section and tell me what you want to see. Alright, I'm going to leave it here guys, and I will catch you at the next one.